Thank you, Madam Speaker. Before entering into the discussion, I would like to submit, Honorable Speaker, Madam Speaker, sir, that you should consider the point of order raised by the senior member, Premendran. The clarification given by the Honorable Minister is not sufficient in relation with the 66 of the Rules of Procedure. Not sufficient. Madam Speaker, please consider the point of order raised by the NK Premendran. Even though I support the intention of the bill, I would like to submit some suggestions and criticism has come from the various corners of the society and also published in the medical journals also. I think the Honorable Minister will consider all the suggestions and criticism in this regard at the time of passing the clause by clause. As all other former speakers pointed that the bill excludes the same-sex couples and live-in couples from accessing ARTs. The bill missed an opportunity to recommend the reproductive rights which are internationally and constitutionally recognized as universal be extended to live-in couples and same-sex couples. It is noteworthy that the eligibility for access to surrogacy under the SRB 2019 includes a medically necessitated condition. But ART Bills 2020 restricts it only to infertility. Failure to fully address the right of donors, especially egg donors. This is despite the fact that hormonal treatment is necessary for an egg donor and that the procedure for the extraction of eggs is invasive and can potentially be life-threatening too. The bill recommended insurance coverage for the donor for 12 months and social security insurance, the parameters of which are not clear. It also recommends the payment of maternity benefit to an egg donor who suffers from miscarriage. This is perplexing as a gamete donor is not carrying a pregnancy, so the question of miscarriage does not quite rise. There is no provision for donor compensation or even the reimbursement of expenses for loss of salary, time and effort. The labor involved in producing the sharing biometrical for the benefit of third parties is not recognized. Any compensation is available only when there is an untoward medical incident by way of a miscarriage. This is justified in keeping with the altruistic nature of the ART Bill 2020. The crucial definition, both bills remain unsynchronized. For example, SRB 2019 does not define ART clinics or ART banks. The ART Bill 2020 defines these terms. Then there are terms defined in SRB 2019 but not in the ART Bill. For example, fertilization, implantation, foetus, sex selection. The definition of infertility differs between the two bills, given the overlap between the surrogacy and ART procedures. Precision in and consistency between the two bills when it comes to medical terms are critical. Several stakeholders have criticized the ART Bill 2020 for prescribing long prison sentence with the punishment being disproportionately high in relation to the offense committed. Differential treatment of defendants who have committed the same offenses under both will constitute arbitrary executive action that is unconstitutional. The bill has omitted intervening on significant issues with constitutional ramifications, such as access to ART and compensation for the egg donor. As my former speakers pointed, permitting medical tourism and access for foreigners changes the economic of the ART market. In the absence of precise regulation for ART clinics and banks, these organizations will continue to grow unbridled such that only the wealthiest can access ART, excluding millions from non-allied socio-economic groups who aspire to form families. Meanwhile, women who provision reproductive materials and labor will continue to be devalued, uncompensated, and unprotected as underground markets for egg donors and surrogacy thrive. Also missing entirely in the ART Bills 2020 is any mention of the rights of the child born out of the ART to know their parentage, which is crucial to their best interests and is increasingly accepted as norm globally and was protected under previous drafts of the ART bill. And thank you, madam.
Thank you so much.